So this is a close-up of the card we're making today. This is the final kind of advanced version of our Sunflower Trio cards. So if this looks a little intimidating for you, don't worry, I'll walk you through it. But if you would like a simplified version, I also have videos on how to make these two, our simple stamping version and our stepped up version. This card, of course, is made with the Celebrate Sunflowers bundle. I love this one, as you can tell by all the videos. So we're going to be using this today along with the coordinating dies as well. Besides that, we're going to be using a couple different things. Our ink colors today are the Crushed Curry and Early Espresso. Oh, and I'm missing a color, the Garden Green for the leaves. Just realized I put it up and shouldn't have. Okay, the Garden Green for the leaves. Okay, for our paper colors today, we're going to have our card base. Move this out of the way. Card base is with Crumb Cake. That fun little decorative strip in the back is with our new Just Jade. Isn't that beautiful? Love, love, love this color. Our designer series paper detail, check that out. This beautiful wood grain is part of the In Good Taste designer series paper stack. And if you have not checked this out, let me give you just a quick look. This set is all just beautiful textures and patterns, including some beautiful wood tones that I am in love with. So if you haven't checked that out, do check that out. It's a 12 by 12 stack. There's a lot of different things you can do with these papers. All right, that all set. So we're using a little bit of that. You're also going to need some Whisper White, both for our front panel. Here we go. Oh, excuse me. All right, for our front panel, and then also for stamping out our elements, our sunflower, the leaves, and the little sentiment. To color today, we're going to be using some Stampin' Blends, which, you know, I love my blends. So today we're going to use the Dark and Light Soft Suede, the new Dark and Light Just Jade, and the Light and Dark Daffodil Delight for coloring our sunflower in the center. Our little accent elements, move that off to the side here. Our little accent elements are the new In Color enamel dots. These match our new In Colors. Well, actually, you can't see the pink. Let me scoot them down. There we go. There's pink in there too. It's stuck. But each of our In Colors, so it's just 2 little dots of those. As I'm doing this video right now, they're currently on back order, but there's a whole bunch coming to the store really soon. So, so that. Also going to be using some dimensionals. A little bit of the In Color ribbon. Now this is yet again that Just Jade ribbon, so it all coordinates beautifully. To cut out our sentiment, we're going to be using the Lovely Labels Pick a Punch. If you saw the previous video in this series, you'll see we're going to do it just the same, but I love this. So many options. You can do all kinds of lengths of sentiments with this, and it's just so pretty. So I think, oh, and last thing, your choice of adhesive. So either liquid glue, or you could try out our new Stampin' Seal. Okay. All right, so let's start making this fun card. So first off, we're going to start with our piece, our front panel piece in Whisper White. This is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2, and we're going to use this to stamp our sunflower image as our background. Flip that over, grab my sunflower. If you are just getting this one, it is important to note that this stamp does require a bigger block. I currently have it on an E. Oh, and I smudged it. All right, I'll just be sure to put the sentiment over that part. I think I forgot to clean it after last video. All right, so here we go. So we're just going to be doing the same thing. We're going to hit all of those corners, but we're going to go in a little further so the leaves are practically touching. This is going to be pretty covered up, so I'm not worried about it. Yeah, see? There you go. Can't tell I made a smudge. Do this other corner. There we go. Now we have our background piece. Move that to the side. Now we're also going to go ahead and stamp our big sunflower, also with the crushed curry, on a piece, just a separate scrap. So here's one I have right here. That's not going to fit. I'm going to grab a different one. Here's one. Just stamping that. Just like that. Same thing with our leaves. We're going to stamp those, and then we're going to go ahead and cut those out using our coordinating dies. And those leaves are stamped using that garden green. So, all right. So after you have them stamped and cut out, pull that off to the side. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and color those. Now I went ahead and colored half of this just to make the video faster. But for the base of the sunflower, I'm using the light daffodil dark and just going over all of those leaves. So not super detailed, just quick strokes. Hopefully I'm in camera. Let's get that up. There we go. Okay. And then after you've got the base color with the light, then I'm going to go with the darker color in the smaller tip. And trace those, I want to say like highlight lines, you know, the petal, just here, there, and yonder. And I also kind of just went around the edge, the center a little bit too. Okay, so just like that, and that's our sunflower. And then we're going to go ahead and do the center. And for the center, I used that soft suede. So the base, I'm just going to kind of give it a light all over. Just like that. Being careful not to get on my petals. Now, if you're a fan of it just like that, then just leave it like that. But what I decided to do is make it, I guess, a little bit more realistic. And so I took the dark soft suede and I gave it little dots. So what I did is I went around the edge yet again, kind of making it pop. Being careful not to hit any of my petals. Okay. And then I just kind of gave it a whole bunch of dots. Just to kind of look like those little sunflower seeds, you know, in the center. Just all over. Okay, and then after I've gotten quite a few on there, I'm going to take my light again and kind of blend that edge one more time. Go over just a little bit. And if I think it needs a few more, which I think it does, I'm going to give it a few more. There we go. So as I said, personal preference. I mean, you can do it a variety of different ways, but I was kind of just going for that center sunflower seed look. Now for our leaves, I'm going to color it with the light Just Jade, just nice and solid on the background, so pretty quick and easy coloring. And then we're just going to go over it with the darker shade and hit some veins, so just to make it pop real quick. So as far as blends, coloring, and shading, these aren't really hard to do. It's pretty easy if you just kind of go with whatever details are already on the stamp set. There we go. And grab the darker shade. I'm just going to do a little light line down the center and just hit a few veins on the side. So not a ton, just a few. There we go. And now we have our coloring done. Ta-da! All right, so let's go ahead and punch and stamp our sentiment. Now this is a piece of Whisper White cut at 3/4 of an inch by 3.5 inches. I'm going to pull out that Lovely Labels Pick-a-Punch, and I personally love this end more, but if you like this one, that would work just as well. I'm going to take it and just slide it in. Now, if you want to stamp first, you can, but it is easier to make sure that it's lined up if you punch it first. So, punch it, twist, flip, slide it in all the way, and then punch it again, just like that. Okay. And we're going to stamp our Thanks a Bunch using Early Espresso. Just like that, down and up. And then we're going to add our little details with these beautiful in color enamel dots. I love these things. My only disappointment is it's not in a bigger pack, because I'm ready to just like use these on everything. So for this one I did the Bumblebee, and I think for this one I'm going to go with the Jade so you can kind of see the difference, but any of these would look great on cards. So I'm just going to peel 2 off and stick on either side of our words, just like that. See? So there's just a different look. You could do multiples, but yeah, they're so pretty. All right, let's take this over here. All right, and then we're also going to grab, sliding things, a little bit of this ribbon. Now, you really don't need very much at all for this design. A little goes a long way. So all we're going to be doing is just kind of folding over and tucking 2 little pieces on either side. Now, if you wanted, you could do one really long piece, but since you're not seeing it, you know, better not to waste it. So I'm just going to do 2 little pieces. And let's say this is maybe an inch. Actually, I can measure it. There we go. Oh, okay, it's 2 inches is what I cut it at, which may be a bit more than I need. All right. So we've got this. Now we're going to go ahead and take that and fold it and adhere it on the back side, just like that. Now there's a couple different ways you can adhere it, depending on what you have handy in your stock. But I'm actually just going to use a little tear-in tape just because it's quick and I don't have to wait for glue to dry. So I'm just going to peel a little piece off and stick it down. On either side. Oh, it's poking over the edge. Let's not do over the edge. There we go. Okay. So now we're just going to peel it off. Peel off the backing. I'm going to fold it. So we have a kind of a little loop, and adhere it to the back. So I've got one piece kind of touching there and another one touching there. So we just have a fun little loop, which is fine if you just want to do one actually, but I do like the 2. So same thing with the other. I'm very curious if my son playing in the other room is going to pick up on this. He's having a great time with a babysitter in there. All right, fold that just like there, we go. So then we have our 2 little loops on either end. Now you do want to check and make sure it's not going to be poking over the edge of your card. Looks like we're good before adhering it. All right, now we're going to go ahead and grab all of our pieces and put this card together. Go. So we've got our card base yet again in crumb cake. We have our piece of just jade, and this is cut at 3 inches by 5.5. We have our background piece that's cut at 4 by 5.25. Make sure that's in frame there. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and start putting this all together, and you'll just see how quick and easy it comes as we start adding pieces here. I'm going to start with our background, our little bit of just jade. Okay, and this is going to go all the way to that edge, that top edge of either side. So you just kind of have that fun little hint of green poking through. Okay, and we've got our wood texture. I mean, isn't that just gorgeous? Don't you want to just slap it on every card? I kind of do. I mean, the carpet on the other side's okay, but I mean, 12 by 12 wood grain, you had me. All right. Go. Flip. Stick that down. Have that nice edge all the way around. So you can just see the hint of that crumb cake. Then we're going to grab our sunflower background. You hear that next. I'll show you the stamp and seal real quick. You just kind of pull it. Actually, you don't even have to do the flick. I'm just used to that from previous. Oh, advance it a little bit there. Okay. We're just gonna stick that centered. That looks pretty good. Just like that. Grab our sunflower and our leaves. Where's my other leaf? There it is. And our fun dimensionals. So I kind of like to do the sunflower first and then tuck the leaves under so I can be sure that they're where I want them to be on the card. I want at least 2 dimensionals on this. You can get away with more. All right, so right about there is good. We're going to take our leaves, add some glue, and tuck those underneath. Just like that. Give them a little press. Okay, we're going to take our words and just throw a dimensional or 2 on the back of that. There we go. We are done. What do you guys think? Hope you enjoyed this card as much as I did. For all the direct product links to everything featured in this video, do check out the video description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thanks guys for watching. We'll see you next time.